Hello, Simon here, and this is Maia 0.49, the latest build. I'm going to put together a quick tutorial slash showcase video to show off this last few months' work. Right, so first of all, the base generation is a new system, and the world generation is new. You'll notice much more varied worlds. You'll notice that those colonists were just kind of like hugging, talking to each other. So they've got social interactions now. There's lots of different ways they interact. They might talk, they might wave to each other. They also express emotions, so there's 20 different ways that the colonists can express their emotions now, and it's all simulated and in there. So we've got the emails from colonists. These are more complex now, we have the emotions in. As you can see, he's complaining he can't socialise, so he's feeling a bit lonely, so we might give him less work so he can talk to the other colonists or avoid locking them in a room. We have these power systems reports, so you can find out how your base is doing, and it also gives you that advisory. It actually tells you like what you should be thinking about doing. So obviously you want a wind turbine to generate some electricity. Oops, need to place a bit in that corner of that room. So I'm going to build a living area because I keep making these videos and then forgetting to build beds, and then everyone dies halfway through my video. So you see that guy was just throwing his hands in the air. So the airlock sequence is now a bit different, although we don't have doors on it yet still. The colonists will wait in there to form a party or a patrol before going outside. Why do they form a patrol? Because we now have weapons in the game. So you see, she's just picked up a rifle and they're going to head out on a patrol outside. No colonist will go outside unless it's safe now, and if it's not safe, a second colonist will go out on a patrol with them and give them covering fire. So build a workshop table as usual. And we'll build a nanoscale 3D printer so we can get some imps going. I'm going to rotate that so it faces a bit of a more useful way. And we've locked this guy in this room. You've got to be aware of this, so if you leave people locked in rooms now, they get upset. You can see this person's wanting to cry. So you need to make sure that you don't lock people in rooms, don't leave them in the dark, don't leave them in very blue areas because that affects their mood. A very red area will also make them angry. So you can see this guy's out on his patrol now. Or her patrol, isn't it? And they've completed, so they'll patrol around a little bit and go back into the airlock. So we're going to place a bed before I forget. I'm going to rotate that so it's a bit more easily accessible. This is the thing with the patrols now. You'll find that with your colonists going outside. Oh, that's cool. So they were having a chat about something. They basically now form kind of social groups and things, so they know which ones are their friends or not, and later in the game you'll start seeing them react differently to the different people they meet. But as I was saying about patrols, you lose people for a few minutes, so you need to plan that and not just throw down tons of stuff outside, otherwise your entire base will be used up by that and then you'll become overwhelmed. So I'm just placing some dig orders, maybe not there because we might accidentally dig out to the outside area and kill everyone in the base. The imp AI has been pretty fixed as well. They used to lock up occasionally. I found out the reasons for the locks and fixed them, so they're very responsive all the way into the game. So we've got power report, so we're getting generation. Colonists complaining again. So build an atmosphere generator before everyone asphyxiates. And if you look in here, we have building materials now. Building materials aren't required. They can still use those piles of minerals that the imps collect, but these are more efficient. So if you place a few, the colonists can go there, pick up building materials ahead of when they want to build, so you can speed up your build process. You can also do the same with ration packs now, so you can build your own ration packs when you have a food source, and that provides more food. It's quicker for the colonists to go there and eat. And oh, that guy's having a cry. Oh dear. I don't know what he's upset about. Oh, yeah, he's really upset. But yeah, you now need to be thinking all the time about what could be affecting your colonists' moods. So too much work might be an issue, too much blue light, too much red light. We haven't seen anyone be angry yet. But you'll see a whole range of emotions, and they'll actually affect gameplay. So you'll notice that people who are crying a lot and upset, you won't see them running unless it's a real emergency. And people who are angry, they'll do worse jobs, and they'll not pick. There you go, our atmosphere's slow, but we've just built that, so that's fine. You'll see people not picking up jobs because they're angry, and you'll see them having bad social interactions. You'll see people going in for a hug and the other person walking away while they're trying to hug. So we'll build some hydroponics so we get some food going. We just need to place some doors. I'll probably extend out this living area room a little bit so we can place some more stuff in there. So we'll call down some more colonists because that counter's come down to 0. Ooh, meteor strike. And oops, I zoomed in too much. So I'm interested to see how many colonists we're getting. You can get between 1 and 4, usually 2. But it looks like we're just getting 1. Where's he going? Okay, so that's right close to our base, and we've already got a patrol out. They haven't built that solar panel, probably because it's low priority now. Keeping the wind turbine running is probably much more important since it's got a much higher output. So now we've got this room extended. Let's place another bed and a couch and a dining table. So that's basically their rest needs met. The dining table will allow people to eat more efficiently and fulfill some of their social needs. So let's print another imp. And let's cancel this. It's probably been low prioritized due to not needing it. The wind turbines, by the sound of it, is putting out full output. So all our rooms have a good atmosphere. But we'll build our hydroponics now. So first we need to place lights, because the plants grow off the lighting. And the lighting energy from the lights actually goes into the plants, creates the food, which becomes the kilojoules in the food. So you can really trace the way the energy flows through the simulation now. All the way from the sun straight to your food, to your colonists, then going out as heat loss of your colonists into the air in your base, and then loss to entropy. So yeah, that's putting out 5,000 watts, and this has got plenty of energy, so let's just kill the solar array for now. Our real issue is power storage, not generation, so let's build a flywheel energy storage, so that will spin up, store energy for our base, and then feed it back into the grid when we have a drop. So they're getting on building the stuff in that room quite happily, so we're going to build another room off the end of here, I think. Maybe a research room. So we're getting some crappy emails. Oh, an earthquake. So you see them reacting to earthquakes. The earthquakes are upsetting to them too, so you see that everyone's mood in the base will drop now, and everyone will be a bit upset for a little time. Moods generally stabilize unless someone's depressed, or there's something specific making them sad. For instance, a lack of social contact. So you can see they've been pretty good at building things, although there's a guy having a cry in the background. there's them having another chat. Oh no, he walked away halfway through the chat. How rude. And people fixing things. I've tweaked the damage rates on different objects to be more scientifically accurate, and also to kind of balance the game in some places. People were spending a lot of time building and fixing things that they didn't need to, so, you know, explaining that better to the player is pretty important. And our power's come out. Okay, well, this is being caused by a solar flare. As you can see, our systems are all glitching, so not too much of a problem, because that'll come on in about a minute. So our little living area is finished. It's quite nice, apart from it being in the dark. Obviously being in the dark is an issue. It will lower the sanity and the mood of my colonists, but it doesn't look like it's affected them too much. Generally they won't be complete wrecks the whole time unless you treat them badly. There are things that you can do to irritate them that might anger them, such as cancelling objects and then giving them the job again, or large amounts of repair work. As you can see, our hydroponics room is going quite well now. The plants are growing, but the light hasn't been built. Once the light's been built, the plants near it will grow a lot faster, and we'll have a decent food source, and also a source of air, or oxygen, which is quite useful, since it means that you can keep producing oxygen even when your base power goes out for a little bit. So she looks like she's going out on a patrol. And repairs are going on. But you can see that everyone's up to something. They're all kind of going on with things. There you go, everyone's doing their part. This guy's pretty upset though for some reason. Maybe more atmosphere generators. You'll spend a lot of time kind of wondering what's upsetting them, and then kind of figuring it out, and then it'll click. You'll realise that they've spent all their time in one room. And that's caused them to, you know, become angry at the objects they keep having to repair and things. So they're all picking up building materials and stuff. And our flywheel is full of energy, which is good. So it's fully charged. That will probably provide us about 30 real-time seconds of power if that wind turbine goes out. So you can see the lights on now, and these plants are growing at different rates based on the amount of light hitting them. Turn the light off, and you'll see that the plant's growth slows down significantly. Turn it back on, and they start coming to life more. So we've got good atmosphere in all the rooms now. Atmosphere's probably not going to be a problem unless we have a catastrophic cave-in or something terrible, or lose the airlock. We've been quite lucky, we haven't had any creatures come near the base in this playthrough, which is handy, otherwise you get that alarm going off the whole time. So here we've got some plants growing near the base. That's annoying because they block the path of the colonists, and they can also damage the equipment that they grow near. So what we can do now is we can place some mining charges outside. Mining charges are a nice fun little feature. You can place them inside or outside. Inside they cause cave-ins and can destroy features that you want to get rid of, and outside they just they blast things, so like rocks, plants, anything that's in the way, even creatures if you feel so inclined. So you place them outside, and we'll wait for someone to go out and build them. So there we go, we've got power report. This is before the the flywheel was built, so there's no storage. They're saying they're tired and they need to rest. So despite having beds, I'm working them too much, I'm giving them too much to do, so they haven't had time just to sit down and rest. And there's a nice procedural haiku. That doesn't sound very happy. The haikus will reflect their moods and their sanity, so you should keep a good eye on them, because they're actually quite useful. And quite unsubtle. So there we go, he's building that charge. Although I want to wait for both of them because they'll chain react off each other. The charges are unstable in that way. The bounding mines that you can place outside to stop creatures, those are stable though, so those won't chain react. Unless of course the creature sets off both of them. So on a little research lab here, I think. Our base is stable enough that we can start doing research. And of course it's good to get research going in the early game because you benefit from all the different perks that you get. Things like the electrodynamic bearings will help your wind turbines and stop needing all these repair missions all the time, and it will stop the fires happening and other kind of bad things. So all those guys going outside, I assume that's to go build some things and also to fix that wind turbine. So yeah, as you can see, these plants have now like matured, so those are producing food now as well. You find that the game now has a lot more kind of subtlety, and it's a lot more interesting to watch. There's things happening all the time. Not constant interaction needed, but at least it needs your attention quite a lot of the time. It's getting to a point where it's quite fun just to watch and see what the colonists are doing and see how they're kind of reacting and building these things up. So I've just called in some more colonists. Now our base is stable. Hopefully more than one this time, but we'll see. I have a feeling it's just that one guy. And he's quite close to the base, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this off now. And that's destroyed all those plants, and it's also destroyed the capsule that was there. It's actually best to disassemble the capsules because you get building materials from them. But that has now cleared that area in a slightly over-dramatic fashion. You can, of course, as I said earlier, just right-click them and the imps will go pull them up. So we'll get our little research room going, so computer terminals and some tape drives to store the research. And you've got to remember that, especially with the fires and such, that your research is stored on those tape drives. So if the tape drives are destroyed, you lose the research perk and your progress. There's a woman just sitting on the floor. She has beds and couch that she can go to, but she's sitting on the floor. So we've got this debris here. Debris can be cleared up as well by right-clicking, although it's generally not worth it. There's no effect on gameplay. So we'll build some ration packs now that we have that food growing. So this means that colonists can come and get food quickly. Food they take from the ration packs they can actually store as well, so they can now take that to that dining table and eat. Oh, getting an earthquake. Well, yeah, I don't think we're getting that imp back anymore. And you can see that woman was very angry that we made the mistake of letting that imp die. It's annoyed her. So people are now going to pick those plants and they'll go build the ration pack with the fruit they've picked from the plants. Notice our storage room's getting quite full now, so next thing I'm probably going to do is dig out that area which we just lost.
Base perimeter
Oh.
compromised.
Can't see any nearby creatures. And now there's a thick fog swept in, so we can't see what's happening. I assume that's... Ah, okay, we've got a little proto-bird near the base. Those don't pose too much of a threat, apart from they steal your chickens. guess Cephalgia creatures are all asleep because it's night time. Oh, and there's a meteor here, so meteor fragments rain down every time there's one of those explosions in the sky, and you can use them for research. So I'm just having a chat. I'd rather they went and made my research room rather than chatting the whole time. Anyway, I think I've shown you enough of the game so far, and you can play the rest for yourself. This was Maia 0.49. Thanks for watching. Maia 0.50 is coming very soon. 1st of September is the planned date, and I look forward to seeing you guys then. See you later.